So as you can tell by the thumbnail, today's video is about the disgusting allegations about Texas Roadhouse and that white and proud racist Facebook group of those people making allegations about what they were doing to black customers' food. Yeah, this is a sick one. Welcome back to the channel. So without giving you too much preamble, let's get into this topic, because this is a very disturbing topic when you think about it. People of all races, all cultures, all colors, creeds, whatever, everybody goes out to eat, right? And you would think that people have basic humanity to know that maybe you don't tamper with someone else's food, because the same thing could happen to you in the future. Something maybe even worse. But you know, a lot of people don't have that discernment, or even they just lack common sense. Let's just call it what it is. They lack the common sense and the common understanding of maybe you don't do that to somebody. Just because you're having a bad day, don't take it out on somebody else's food. But then you have idiots out here that could say, well, maybe this is somebody else's karma. I don't think you're supposed to be the judge of that. But anyway, no more preamble. Let's get into the videos.
Why there's 400,000 people in a group, a racist group that is going around, and when black families or black people come into their restaurants and they're the servers and they're the white servers, they're all working together and going to the back and bringing your food out, but it's not coming out regular. They're putting their saliva in your food, y'all.
Gotta like, follow, share this damn video out. Make this shit go viral so people can see what the fuck they doing. I bet not see another video of y'all in these people's restaurants talking about why you don't want me here. I bet not. People are tired of white racist individuals. This is really getting the fuck out of hand.
Now, the only thing that I would disagree with that wonderful sister is you're saying that it's getting out of hand. No, it's been out of hand. This shit been out of hand. They've always been this way. They've always had this hatred and to be vile towards us. Right now, at the moment, these are just allegations, because I'm gonna play a few more videos. At the moment, these are just allegations. I'm making a video about it because others are making videos about it. Not saying that I'm a follower, but the simple fact, if this is indeed true, awareness needs to be spread on all avenues across all platforms. If there are sick people out there, which there are, sick and vile people that are going to be brazen enough to go ahead and put a face to what it is that they're doing, they definitely deserve to lose their jobs, of course. But the fact that people really feel brazen now because, you know, they got a phone, they can say whatever they like. They can make any type of video that they want, or they have one of these. Most likely they're not going to get behind the microphone and preach to talk about, yeah, I do this, I do that. Yeah, that's just really, I mean, it's all self-incriminating when you think about it. The fact that you could do something so vile, you know, that's a felony, right? I you know, sometimes I run out of words to say when I see despicable acts such as this. Sometimes I don't have the words to say, because it's like, how can people be this outrageous? How can people be? But then I have to ask myself, like, why am I surprised? Why am I amazed? This is America. White people have always had an issue with black folks. Now, if anybody frequents my channel and watches my videos, they're starting to notice a theme. They're starting to notice, like, why are you always talking bad about bad about white people? I'm not talking bad about all white people. I'm talking about the ones who don't like people in my community. I'm talking about the ones who would rather see people like me and people of my ilk and everyone who looks like me, black or brown or otherwise. You would rather see us all in the ground or deported. If you had it your way, we wouldn't exist. So yes, I've taken it upon my sole responsibility to point this shit out, to spread awareness, to bring attention to it. Simply just because, you know, I can. And if you have a problem with it, then fuck it. So be it. But this shit is vile. That's the only thing I would disagree with the sister saying it's getting out of hand. It's been out of hand. It's been getting out of hand. It's been that way. They just brazen, they got the internet, and a lot of them, who knows? This person might necessarily be trolling. It might not actually be true, but I ain't gonna lie. Me and my wife was eating at Texas Roadhouse quite a lot. It was it was really our second spot that we like to go to. But I mean, if these allegations are true, and really kind of even if they ain't, the stain has been put out there. It's like, okay, men, you can relate to this. It's like being accused of something, right? It's like being accused of something. I ain't gonna say what it is. Accused of anything, right? And it don't even have to necessarily be true. But just because you got that stench attached to you now, because you've been accused, even though it's a complete false allegation, you've been tainted, you've been stained. That accusation don't go away because people still think you guilty just because you were accused, right? That could possibly be happening to Texas Roadhouse, but who knows? Maybe it's not. Personally, it ain't necessarily just related to Texas. It could be anywhere where a white racist person is working and see that, oh, it's black customers. That's something I worry about. That's something I worry about all the time. And I try to get carryouts or whatever if that's be the case. But even then, I got a black sounding name. Of course, I'm not going to give out my government on here, but I got a black sounding name. So it don't bode well for me. But let's get back to it.
Hey, y'all. Let me stop smiling because this shit ain't funny. I have a message for y'all today, and it's from a Facebook group called White and Proud. And this is a message that white servers have for black people. So I'm going to read it for y'all just so I can spread awareness. But anyways, it says, to all you blacks in here, keep this in mind. Hope you enjoy your next meal next time you eat out. There is a Facebook group that I am a part of, which is this one that I'm reading from, and it is for white servers. We have come up with a plan. When a table of black diners come in and place their orders, we walk back to the kitchen to get your food when ready. There is always a blind spot in the kitchen, and we are licking our fingers and touching your food. If it happens to be a Texas Roadhouse or Logan's, those rolls are full of our white saliva. Some of the cooks are in on this too. Think they are playing? They aren't. Believe me, this has been going on since y'all started this nonsense with Carmelo, the candy bar Anthony crap. By the way, the group has over 400K members. Enjoy y'all's food.
Due to losing our verification, our comments are not being seen. At Texas Roadhouse, we are committed to creating an environment where every guest is treated with respect and unreasonable hospitality. We do not tolerate discrimination, harassment, or mistreatment of any kind, and we expect our roadies to treat every guest with dignity and care. Our commitment to the communities in which we serve remain unchanged. Provide legendary food, legendary service to every guest who walks through our doors. Taking a look at some of the comments from the video, well, I'm just limiting where I eat at these days. I'm trying to stick with black-owned restaurants or cooking at home. I'm just done. So no one knows how to cook their own steak and potatoes? It's easy. Stop eating out. These people hate us. I couldn't agree with that anymore. Nah, F them. They didn't apologize or say that they're going to, or say what they're going to do to ensure this doesn't ever happen. Learn to make your own damn steak. I don't even sit down in a restaurant unless I see people who look like me coming out of the kitchen, especially living in the motherfucking South. So true.
Well, guys, it looks like Texas Roadhouse has found themselves in a scandal. There is this Facebook group called White and Proud, and basically in this group, these people are alleging that they are employees at a Texas Roadhouse, and they say that anytime a black customer or group of black customers comes into the restaurant, they will tamper with the food, like spitting in the food. So, yeah, that's what we're dealing with in the year of our Lord 2026. But unfortunately, it's not a surprise, because unfortunately there is people who just can't help it. And of course, this has caught the attention of Texas Roadhouse. They actually lost their verification on TikTok, but they did put out a statement, which I will put right here. I never really went to Texas Roadhouse. I probably went to Texas Roadhouse maybe once in my life, but I will definitely never be going there again. And I think a lot of people feel the same, but drop your comments down below, because I want to hear from the black Texas Roadhouse employees. That's who I want to hear from.
I agree wholeheartedly. I would definitely love to hear from the black Texas employees. But then you have to realize unless they see you as quote unquote one of the good ones, they would never do this type of stuff in front of black employees. Again, unless you out here raccooning, unless you one of them Tatum boys. That's the only way they would probably show who they really are, because you've accepted and you agree with white supremacy. Those type of black people, which I don't even like referring to them as black people. Honestly, it's like I really want to come up with a different term, not necessarily a derogatory term, but it's like you can't be black if you. But I'm not that high up in the black delegation. I'm gonna leave that to others to decide. But again, on some real seriousness, shit, like I say, sometime I'll go to Texas just for the rolls with the damn cinnamon butter. I ain't gonna front, I'm a fat dude. I like to eat, you know what I'm saying? But the allegations, again, you can go online and you can see videos that have been captured, because I've seen them, and I was gonna put some in the video, but I'm like, no, I don't want to go that far. It is some sick shit out there. But people that work anywhere have the capacity to be able to do this. I literally worked in the restaurant industry for 8 years, early in life. My first job was a dishwasher, so I was working in the kitchen. Now, granted, the people who I was working with, they wasn't on that type of time. Except, I've seen some things. Let's just put it that way. I'm not going to incriminate nobody just in case somebody, I used to work with watches this video. I seen some shit, but I've been a firm believer in karma my entire life. So I was never the one to engage in such activities, because I damn sure don't want nobody doing that to my food, for one. For two, it's just wrong. But then again, to address the subject matter, these people have always hated us, like the young woman said. They've always hated us. Why did we ever think that they wouldn't do this? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna be brutally honest. When I was watching some of that old civil rights movement footage, especially when they were trying to integrate and sit at the lunch counters, that was the first thing that went through my mind. Why are you guys sitting up here? Why are you trying to force them to make your food? Because see, my thing is, I'm worried about you doing something to my food now. If I know you don't like me, I don't want you to make my food. Hell, I don't want my wife to make my food after we've had an argument, let alone some fucking stranger, let alone, somebody who has the potential to be racist towards me. Okay? So, it's just, I'm not here to question the people from that generation, the people from that era. They had their motives. Their hearts were in the right place. But at some point, you got to realize you cannot reason with people who hate you. You cannot sit up here and try to befriend someone who hates you. And they don't have valid reasons for hating you. Sure, they can make up anything. Sure, they can point to some false statistics. They can pull something out of their ass. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true. They can continue to talk about quote unquote black on black crime, which is something I refuse to say here on this channel because I don't believe in black on black crime. Crime is crime. But they damn sure never talk about white on white crime. Sure as fuck don't. You never hear about that. Crime is crime to them, right? No color. They don't see color when it comes to them. But yeah, I think one of the biggest mistakes was trying to force them to get along with us. They clearly don't like us. They clearly never will. And sure, it's not all of them. But the thing, like we've always said, like Muhammad Ali made a great analogy, I can't be too sure about which ones that don't like me. People are really good at masking. This goes for all people. This doesn't have a color attached to it. People are really good at masking who they are, especially when they choose to be deceptive about their true intentions. You really have to watch and study someone. And even then, you probably still can't tell. There's still probably a good 50 to 60% chance that you won't figure it out. But when you read up on the history and you study the history of these things, and then you notice pattern recognition, you start to be able to see which people who, stereotypes exist for a reason in certain situations. I will admit that you can kind of almost sometimes pinpoint the ones who are actually out here like, oh, I really don't like black people. I can't stand y'all. And yeah, every time I try to mock one of y'all, I do give y'all a little bit of a southern accent. But shit, it's white people in the north that don't like black folk. I live up here, so I know. But still, this is some sad, sick shit. And honestly, if you are an employee and you see this sick shit, man, you got to report it. It ain't about having that camaraderie. Why do you even want to work with somebody who has the potential to do that shit? If they're spitting somebody's food, that motherfucker can't be trusted. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I don't give a fuck. And I used to be a server, so I understand frustration of dealing with unruly customers. I used to be a fucking server. I understand it. I understand what it feels like not to get tipped. I understand what it feels like to be waiting on somebody hand and foot and they throw you 50 cents. That's happened to me in real life. Okay? I know what it's like. I know what it's like to deal with unruly guests. I get it. But never in 1,000 years. It never even crossed my mind to do something to contaminate their food. As a server, the main thing I was thinking about is, let me just hurry up and get this table. Let's just hurry up and give them their food so they can get the fuck out of here. That was my mentality. Let's just hurry up and give them their food so they can get the fuck out of here. Hopefully they don't stick around too long after they eat. Every server understands bad tables. You understand this. I'm speaking from experience. Any server who sees this will know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. But even still, you don't do this to somebody's food. Again, these are allegations if it's true. And like I said earlier, some type of stigmas you can't shake off, right? I seen some white people in the comments talking about, I love to go to Texas Roadhouse. Well, dumbass, you're not the targeted demographic. They're not targeting you. That's why I don't like when white people try to interject themselves in a conversation that's involving us, because you won't be able to fucking understand. You're coming in with a mindset. You're coming to dominate. You're coming in to be aggressive, but you don't fucking listen. You got 2 fucking ears and you choose not to listen. You never fucking listen. You always try to dictate. You perceive us as the people that need to be dictated to. No, you motherfuckers need to listen sometime. Not sometime. You need to listen more than you talk. It's that simple. Yeah, you got a little bit of a rant right there. I don't hate white people, okay? I don't hate you. I don't trust you. That's one thing I'm willing to say publicly. I don't trust white people. That's a fact. And if you get upset about that, go pick up a history book and then tell me why the fuck I should trust you. Read anything in fucking history. The history that your ancestors fucking recorded. The history that y'all ancestors wrote down. Because there's a lot of shit you omitted. You didn't talk about the slave rebellions. All of the slave rebellions. No, they only reported on the docile slaves. The ones who didn't fight back. So yes, a lot of history was omitted. But the shit that they was blatant enough to write down, all the atrocities committed. They were brazen, just like y'all are now. Just like y'all are now. Those your people. So no, I don't hate white people. I just don't trust y'all worth a damn. I don't trust you. I don't hate you, but I don't trust you. That's a fact. But to be fair, shit, there's some black people I don't trust. Just a fact. I've said this on my channel before. My rule for trust is 75% all across the board for anyone on this planet. That includes my mama. That includes my kids. That includes myself. I don't even trust myself 100%. So I'll be damned if I'm gonna trust a stranger anywhere past 25%. And 25% is being generous. So don't take too much offense to it. But I'm gonna end the video right here because I've been rambling on a little too long. Anybody who rock with the content, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Definitely hit the like button because all the stuff that I was just talking about, boy, the race is gonna come out the woodwork. They ain't gonna like it at all. They definitely gonna try to hit that thumbs down button and try to, doom me to shadow oblivion. I already think YouTube is really shadow banning a lot of my content anyway, but hell, I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep going, try to power through this. So make sure if you rock with the content, make sure you give it a quick thumbs up. It'd be greatly appreciated to help my small channel grow into something larger. So, just be safe out there, black folk. Be safe, everybody. But I'm specifically talking to black folk. Be safe. We need to support black-owned businesses. We need to support black-owned restaurants. We need to get past the stigma of not rocking with other black-owned entities. We really need to do that wealth transfer and put it back into our communities, because it's a lot of good black restaurants. And sure, you might have to drive an arm and a leg to get to one, but it's better if you spend your money to support them than someone who has the potential to do some unsavory things to your food. Or just in general, dining with people who can't stand you. Dining with people who, again, would rather see you on a tree. Be safe out there. Be kind. Be safe. Salute. Till next time.